I got. Welcome everyone to episode 0 of Dungeons and Dunces, where we, a bunch of students, will sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons. We're going to introduce ourselves, starting to my right here.
My name is Brandon Sobavaro, and I bring Dungeons to Dungeons and Dunces.
My name's Manny, and I bring dunces to Dungeons and Dunces. My name is Chris, and I bring the and to Dungeons and Dunces.
I'm alive. I'm Valdemar Riga, and I bring nothing. Bring nothing.
Wonderful. And I'm Brandon Vasquez, the DM of this wonderful adventure we're going to be going through over the next couple months of pain. We're going to be, in episode 0, rolling for the stats of our characters and making them here. Some of us have pre-made characters, but we will still be rolling for stats. And now, I believe, with all that through, we can begin. So, why don't we start to my right here, Mr. Sobavaro. Why don't you roll me 4d6 to figure out what the first stat of your character will be?
We doing it in order?
So we're doing like this, and we gotta put the spotlights on him? Like, Jesus, bro.
Are we gonna put the spotlights on him? I don't know.
Dude, we're supposed to slide a hand. Let the guy get some 18s, yo.
What do we got there?
I got
Wow, that is
12.
12. First one's 12. Roll that down. Write that down next to your sheet.
I got you.
For those of you who don't know, we're going to be rolling for the statistics of our character to determine their ability scores.
Oh.
Ooh,
That's a
16.
pretty juicy
16.
roll.
Write that down. Very nice.
Again,
Juicy, Brandon, juicy.
We roll ones?
Yes, we are re-rolling ones.
Alright.
That is not that much better.
7, 13.
13.
Let's go. Ooh.
Come on.
No.
Get us something better.
There we go.
12.
You need, how
That's
many more
looking a
rolls? How many more
little.
rolls you got?
That's
Two more, I need 2 more.
Oh,
you need to stack these
Those aren't
last
very
two.
critical. Well,
Uh,
12 again. You got a 16 though. Yeah. 8. What is that?
13.
Wow, you rocked
Decent,
it.
you know, one's
Decent. You'll have an 18 if you put it in the right
I
place.
go next.
All
This might be
right,
fun.
Mr.
I
Manny.
hope I got better luck than you. You give me your luck, alright?
No.
All right,
6,
6,
14.
2,
Honestly?
14. That's not bad.
I'm not complaining on a 14.
No one should ever.
Pick three of the dice.
You're gonna pick the highest 3 once it gets to you.
Okay.
Reroll those
Reroll.
3 ones.
Ooh. Oh,
5, 4, 4.
that's 13?
13, 14, 13.
Could be better, but I
Are you
mean,
doing
we're not.
better?
Already doing better than him, so
Oh.
come on, guys.
That'll flop.
Reroll that one.
Could be a 6?
Nope, that's a 2.
Another 13.
Another 13.
Come on, guys. I expect better of you.
No.
Listen, man,
No,
we're not
no
getting
one's
good
rolling
luck
it.
here. This is kind of hurting
He's
me.
the only one that's gonna get an 18.
They're waiting on me.
Reroll that one. Reroll that second. Reroll both of those ones, bro. There we go. 5, 10,
That's another
13. Wow.
Is it Friday the 13th?
It's Friday the 13th? I hope not.
Bro, what is these rolls? This is actually one of the worst.
It's a 7.
It's okay.
What? Oh!
Ooh, reroll those two.
potential.
For an 18?
Triple 6.
Okay,
That's
17.
There you go. High
17's
stat,
very
high
good.
stat.
How many more stats do I got? I got
1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then one more. Here we go.
6.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, another potential.
Watch out.
Wow,
14,
14. But that's good. That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Better
Alright.
than my 3
You got another
You
double.
did 12? Oh, no.
Yeah, pencil? Yeah, here you go.
Alright, Chris, let's see what you've got.
So do what? Do I just roll 4?
Four six-sided
Pick
die,
the
pick
best
the
three.
best 3, and
You can reroll one.
if you get a 1, you can re-roll it.
I got
Re-roll that 1.
Oh.
That's 2 6s?
What is this?
17.
17.
Ooh.
That's his first.
He gets all 17s and 18s, guys.
That's for real.
Imagine. Oh,
Me and
no.
Brandon are just gonna get this.
That's not bad.
It's not the worst.
That's
Brandon got.
This is better. Than,
Reroll that one.
Reroll
Reroll that one. Reroll that one. Reroll it again. Reroll it again. Oh, yeah. 6, 4, 2.
On the table.
12.
What's it? This is better than standard array, right?
Better than standard
This is
array. Much better than standard
That's all
array.
that matters.
What's
Exactly.
standard array?
Predetermined stats.
Reroll those 2 1s, buddy.
He's hitting the ones.
6, 4, 2.
12.
12.
Yo, what is it with?
That's gonna be our lucky number.
That's just
Straight
real.
12 and 13. No, you got 12
Yeah,
twice.
but I'm 13 across the board. Gotta make sure I shuffle it right.
Yeah, yeah. Shuffle your dice. Reroll those 2 ones.
Okay.
Double 6s. Come on, come on, come on. All right. Okay. 16. Look at that, bro. I called it, man.
16?
Yeah.
Is that 14 or 6, 6, and 4?
No,
Oh, yeah.
6, no.
Yeah,
It's 4,
6 and
6.
4.
I'm
That's
getting
a
2
good
more,
roll.
right?
Yeah, 2 more, 2 more.
Yeah, 2 more, 2 more, 2 more.
Watch, he's about to roll an 18.
Oh, 6, 6, 12, 14.
I mean, his stats are good.
Those
Yeah.
are crack stats right there.
One more, come on.
Right,
Triple
right,
6.
then,
Come
I'm coping right now. I'm coping right now.
He's on that hard copium.
What's that cookie?
Wait,
Copium.
and
Yeah.
you didn't even get odd stats, so.
Reroll that one.
I know I didn't.
Reroll that
I
one.
didn't. It's just a 13.
Dude, what is this guy in the
These are loaded.
6?
14. He got loaded die. I'm about to give me those. Give me those.
Damn, those are good
All right.
stats.
Yeah. All right, ER. Let's see what you got. Ooh. Reroll that one. Reroll the one. Reroll the one.
Okay, okay, okay.
Six,
First
six.
18. First 18.
Yeah! Write that 18 down, baby.
Put the glow in the dark dice too.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro.
The
Yeah,
four-
there's gonna be stats.
All right. Give us 18 again. 1.
Oh,
Wait, reroll that one. Reroll that one. Reroll that one.
Potential, potential.
Reroll it. Reroll it.
We're going 6.
Okay. 4, 3, 7, 9. That's his dump stat. That's his dump
That's
stat.
the first. That's the first.
He can put down in intelligence.
I dropped my pen.
One.
One.
Reroll that. Reroll that.
Okay, you got the 18, and then the rest of his luck is getting like.
Yo, what is happening?
6, 5, and 3. No, that's 14.
That's 14.
14. I can't do math. I gotta put that 9 in intelligence.
Are you sure you bring the dunce and it's not him? Pretty.
I mean, I don't bring the dungeon.
I bring the and.
Oh
Oh.
wow! 17, 18, and a 17. Oh no!
He's getting like the polar stats.
This side of the table is garbage. Get out of here, bro. We only need them for this. That's 8, 9, 10,
He's
11.
getting the polar stats. He's getting like lows and really highs. See, we're average.
One more. 18 again.
Lucky one.
Come on, come on.
All those good?
Yeah, I'm gonna go human.
No, that actually be cracked.
5, 8, 9, 10. He has 3 high stats
That's
though.
all he needs.
All right, Ozzy.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was gonna go very human, but I need to go human because
Yeah. Look, if this man goes human, literally
Oh,
all.
what do you get?
18.
18. Yeah. 2
it's
18s.
beginner's luck.
No. He's doing it again. Right, look.
18 again.
We're gonna do it again.
6, 5, 5, 17. No, wait, 16. I can't do math either.
That's the first 16 on the table, isn't it?
No, I got 16.
Oh, you got 16.
I got
6, 2.
11,
Ooh.
14.
Wow. This side of the table is gonna carry
No,
the
it's
game.
beginner's
guys.
luck, alright?
I bought my pen.
Don't judge.
Do I roll it over?
Hold on.
Dude, they got such crazy rolls. Oh my god.
4, 7, 10.
Two more. You got this. Ozzy.
Watch, another 18 right now.
5, 5.
Jinxed it.
Alright.
It's not bad though.
Hey, that's very good though.
One.
4, 4, 4, 12.
Alright.
Is that 6? Alright. That's our. Oh.
Dude, they
Pick
can
it
get
up.
a 20
Pick it up.
this time.
It's
They're
under
not
your
gonna
chair, bro.
20 right
Get
now.
under your chair. There we go. Alright, so now that we have all our ability scores settled, we need to figure out what race you guys will be playing. Have you figured out what race you're going to be playing? Variant humans. So you get a +1 to 2 stats of your
Stats,
choice
and then
and a feat. Wonderful. Well, you begin marking that down. Actually, what 2 ability scores are you going to be improving with that?
Wisdom
Ooh, okay. Wisdom.
and dexterity.
All right. And you, Mr. Manny, what race will you be playing?
I'm really considering. I have 4 odd numbers.
Yes, you do have 4
4.
odd numbers.
Human would be really nice, but I don't get a feat.
You don't.
Who needs a feat when you're rolling better dice, right?
That's facts.
Alright, I'm going human.
Regular human,
Yep.
a +1 to all stats.
Basic, vanilla.
Don't
Love it.
forget that the additional things that come with your language. Feel free to look on D&D Beyond for additional information. Not sponsored.
Don't go to me.
Don't go to you?
No.
All right, we'll go to ER next.
I'm
ER.
gonna be playing a gnome.
A gnome. All right. What kind of gnome will you be playing?
Rock gnome.
Rock gnome. All right. So rock gnome. Ooh, I can't remember rock gnome off the top of my head. Let's see what that gives you. I believe it's a +2 to intelligence. Forgive me.
Gnome?
Rock gnome.
Rock gnome. I know a gnome gives you the +2 intelligence.
Let's see. Rock Gnome gives you a +1 to your Constitution and a +2 to Intelligence.
Plus
So-
1 Constitution?
And a +2 to
Oh,
Intelligence.
no, you don't put it there. You don't put it there.
No.
No, that will be, so whatever you decide, sorry, whatever you decide what score is going to go where,
Uh-huh.
you can add that. So those numbers, so since you have that 18, if you were to put it into Intelligence, it would become a 20.
Okay.
So if you were to play like a wizard or like an artificer or anything that uses a lot of intelligence, you would be maxed out at level 1.
Okay.
So you can think about that, but what class do you plan on playing?
I think, come back.
I'll come back to you. All right.
Sure.
Well, while we figure that out, he's a rock gnome. You, Mr. Ozzy
I'm
World.
gonna play elf.
Elf, what kind of elf?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Which is the best, like, for stats for the rogue?
Of a rogue, high elf is always great. That's a +2 to dexterity and a +1 to intelligence,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
What do I want to max out if I play
A rogue? Dexterity, and since you're going to be an arcane trickster, I believe we discussed, intelligence. So your highest should be dexterity, so that 18 would be a 20, and then that 16 would be a 17. So you can put there in your intelligence score that 16 with that +1 becomes 17. All right, and then you can apply the rest of your stats wherever you see fit.
Gotcha.
All right.
I
Have you figured it out?
found that there's a lot of races.
There's a lot of races
Uh,
that you can choose from.
Human.
Human, regular, or variant?
What's the difference?
Variant human gets a feat, which is like a special skill. Something like dual wielding, the ability to cast war magic.
Yeah, I'll do that one.
Dual wielding
No, the variant.
or variant
Yeah,
human.
variant.
Well, then you can search through
Oh.
the list of feats while doing that.
Okay.
And you get a +1 to 2 scores of your choice.
Cool.
So, what class do you intend on playing, my good sir?
I'm going with monk,
Monk. All right. So your highest scores will be dexterity and wisdom,
wisdom, and then constitution.
and then
Proceeding with charisma, and then leading last is strength.
yeah, definitely, Mr. Manny. What will you be playing?
I'm an artificer for sure.
Oh, for sure. So you're gonna put your highest in intelligence first?
I might, but I'm also looking at. I don't know if I'm gonna go full human. I'm still looking at races because humans are so boring. Like I am a human. Why do I need to roleplay as a human?
Humans.
I get enough of that already.
You make a good point.
Fair point.
You
Fair
spit
point.
it.
That's
So
fair.
no, I'm sorry. It's just the truth.
You already decided human. Do you
Yeah.
know what class you're gonna play?
No.
No. We'll get back to you.
I'm gonna be playing wizard class.
Wizard.
Ooh.
Very interesting.
Ah.
All right. So you can write there, and class level wizard, and then the number 1. Wonderful. For a wizard, your 2 highest stats should be Constitution or Intelligence, then
And, yeah.
Constitution. So you might want to put that 18 into your Intelligence score in the big box, and then that becomes a 20 with the +2. So you can just put 20 over that 18 because it's supposed to be a 20. That's fine. Yeah. And then right under that, in that small little box, since it's a maxed out stat, you can put +5. So whenever you make any roll with intelligence, you get a +5 to your roll.
Oh, that's correct.
Your second highest stat should be Constitution. So
That's 17.
that's 17. And since you are a rock gnome, right, your Constitution increases by 1. So that 17 becomes an 18, which makes it a +4 in the small box, which is very good. Now, have you figured out the class you were going to play? Arcane Trickster Rogue.
Yeah.
We already started doing that. Since that
I
is
get the
a
+5
17, you get a +5 too because of your 20, and a +3 for intelligence.
Is strength important
On a
Arcane
rogue?
Trickster?
No, strength.
Not at all?
You won't be
Because my
using
lowest
strength.
stat?
Yeah, your lowest stat can be strength,
Don't go or no?
and your lowest is still
And
pretty good.
Does
Is it something in the
Constitution
past
need
or
to be like good for me? It needs to
It doesn't need to be good, but it's nice if it is. It's
And
just more
wisdom.
HP.
What is wisdom for?
Wisdom 4 is detecting things, noticing things, being able to like see things off in the distance.
So would strength be good for
Alright.
my class?
For no, wizards are gonna be more like caster mages. They're gonna be
Yeah.
like mages. They're gonna be in the back while you have your frontliners fighting. So, strength is probably gonna be your lowest stat. He's very experienced in this, so he knows what he's doing. We don't really
Yeah.
have to get back to you. He already gave us his whole breakdown. Mr. Chris.
I choose monk.
Monk as well. All right. So your highest score should be dexterity and then wisdom.
Yeah, I think.
So you may order those how you like. And your race, you decided on variant human.
Yeah.
So you get a +1 to 2 stats of your choice. So that 17 could become an 18, and one other score could increase by 1. And then you are able to play those out as you will, putting whatever you'd like in dexterity and wisdom as the highest.
Alright.
You think I should rock with dexterity higher or wisdom higher?
Well, it's gonna have the same effect on your armor class, right? By how much higher?
One's gonna be 14 and one's gonna be 18.
Your dexterity should definitely be higher, because that's your damage output.
Alright, we rockin'. I gotta find a feat that gives me dexterity +1.
Sure. Mr. Mendez?
Yeah. See, I made a big talk about not role-playing humans. But everything either gives strength or something I don't want, like charisma. So instead of doing human, I'm just going to do variant human. And then act
Okay.
very cool because I have a feat.
Alright, +1 to 2 stats of your choice. And then
Yeah.
your class?
My class, I said artificer.
Artificer.
100% battlesmith. That's multi-class.
So your highest should be intelligence, then constitution.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Alright, so while you work that out, monk, you got a wizard, you got an arcane trickster.
What spell should I use? Is there a specific
Ooh,
spell?
there's a spell you get from being a
Yeah.
high elf.
Yo, that would-
Yes.
I gotta go, I think.
You gotta go?
I think. For like class.
The ring.
The bell did ring, didn't it?
Yeah.
I don't
We'll
know what
be
to do
right
in this
back.
situation.
We'll
just-
right back after these messages.
Perhaps. I don't know. Is there... Cut to
Is there
commercial
protocol?
break?
Is there protocol for this?
What's the protocol? Someone take out the booklet. What's the protocol?
Brandon, press the red button under your desk.
Oh, you know what? That's right. It's broken. Oh boy. Welcome back. Anyways, we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Where did we go?
Did we
Who
ever
knows?
leave?
Did we ever leave?
Nah.
Greatest
We've done some
question
gambling,
ever.
some eating, some doing
All
stuff.
right.
We've done that.
What were we doing before that happened?
We were making your characters.
Yes, making characters. Wonderful. Sure.
Better question.
Technically developing
Is
characters.
artificer an independent class? It's not appearing here.
It's not?
No.
It's not?
That
If
is.
my class is not a thing and it was like,
It is.
No, it's not. It doesn't exist.
is it not? Is it a subclass?
No, it is a class.
No, 'cause it
Oh,
has
it's because
subclasses.
you. It's because
He
he's
doesn't have-
not on the campaign. He's not on the campaign.
Not on that campaign, that's why.
Disappointing. Get out.
Banned.
That's it. That's
What?
it.
That's why I
You're
told you
done.
to join the
You're
Discord
done.
link.
Guys, we're out.
God, this is why we
I
need
wonder if
to
the
be
cameras are passing.
prepared.
I just like slide all the way. Like I just throw myself back in the rolling chair.
Yeah.
I'm just gone.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh, he's stacking a tower, guys. A moment of silence.
I just tried to blow it down.
Wow.
Yeah.
No.
I just tried to
which
blow it
spell?
through my
About
mouth.
to
Which
throw it
spell
down
would you
either
say
way.
is the best?
I really just tried to like. I'm just so.
Ooh, booming blade
Alright, so
is
wait, what do
good.
we... Okay,
Booming
so
blade is
I-
a good
I-
Basically, since you're gonna be an arcane trickster, when you attack someone, like when you stab them, if you use that spell, if you stab them and they try and move like after you, they'll get hurt by it. So like if you stab and you run away, and then they try and chase you, they're gonna get hurt.
And if they don't chase you?
And if they don't chase you, then they can't move, but they won't get hurt. And later on, it'll just do extra damage.
I just. Alright.
Booming blade.
Is there any other ones that are
I
good?
just heard them in...
Sure, good, but combat-wise, that one's really good.
Okay.
For wallet?
If you want to do,
Yeah, sure.
if you want to do
my
combat
last name
focus,
and
a
you'll
combat
get
focus
something, I
spell, because you won't get spells
You
like
get
that
my
until
last
level
name.
3.
Don't look at my ID.
So if you want a spell like
Nope.
that, you have to wait till level 3. But
Nope.
from that, you already be doing
You're
extra
gonna get it.
damage.
Alright. Awesome. Does the extra language actually matter?
Well, if you come across
Perception is
like a
always a
language
good-
you don't understand,
I
you
put
won't.
Gnomish so I can talk to the art.
Proficiency
That's
and
right.
perception.
That works.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Like
can.
a first
And if
language?
no one else speaks Gnomish, no one else will know what you're saying.
No one knows. It's like one of those...
So y'all could talk in
It's
code
like
or
one of those
something.
last names that
2
like...
for monk,
rarely get used. I think.
From my background,
Yeah,
and
you
the
gotta-
other one I got
Background.
it
You
from.
get the background as
Yo,
well.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the
No,
entertainer
dude,
seems fitting, right?
It
Oh,
does.
look.
No.
So,
look.
so
I
since
gotta, you gotta
since
put
technically,
Right now.
What?
Say W last name.
I don't know, Rodriguez.
That's not with a W.
Oh, with a W. Oh,
Uh-huh.
Wagner.
Wagon.
No.
Wagner. Yo.
Washington.
You already said that.
I said that.
Chris Washington. Anyways, since we've already established class and race, the last part of character creation that we can just jump to without having to do the tedious process of filling out our character sheets here is selecting your background. Your background is basically what you did before you started adventuring. Were you a criminal, a sailor, a pirate, something like that? Adventure, something similar. So if you go over to the, you can scroll back up for
Brandon,
me.
do we have guns?
I don't
No.
think we can say that.
Really? Of course we can say we have guns.
Yes, I know artificers have proficiency
Optional
with guns.
proficiency.
Optional proficiency.
Do we have guns?
No.
Can I fabricate a gun?
Why?
Over time.
Over time?
Over time.
So there
Possibly.
is
There's a chance.
a chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yes.
Stop.
How is it?
Are you
A chance-
quoting?
So add the
quoting me.
class.
A
Add the
chance
rogue.
is better than nothing.
Add class. Boom.
High class.
Okay, then go to
I love stacking
abilities.
so
You
much.
would
Wait,
just
what? Dude, Artificer
replace
gets so much
that.
stuff. He gets these
Oh.
tools and a Dungeoner's
And
pack,
then go
set of
to
leathers,
description.
Or scale mail. Wait, what's scale mail?
So now we're gonna choose your background. So if you're on D&D Beyond, you can move all the way to the description tab, which should be the fourth one.
12 plus your dex.
And that should give you options as to the different backgrounds you can
so is
have.
scale mail better if I don't have that?
Dragon marks.
Can I get scale mail? Alright.
Yeah.
So what?
For
My AC
what?
is 15.
I don't know what skill mail is. Brandon, what's AC for
No.
skill mail?
AC for scale mail. Come on, Dungeon Master.
14 plus dexterity?
Alright, my background.
If you go to the description tab on D&D Beyond, it will give you a list, and each background gives you different skills. So I'll get to you one moment on the armor class of scale mail. 14 plus dexterity for a max of 2. So it would be, if you have at least plus 2 dex, that would be 16 max.
What?
So if I have plus 2, it would be 16?
Yeah.
16 AC.
Alright, we can't. I
That's
can't
not.
change
Is
it.
that good? 16 AC level 1?
I
It's very
quit
good.
that I talk Gnomish, so I could talk to you and none of them could hear.
Does anyone else here speak Gnomish? I don't believe so.
Gnomish? No. I speak Celestial.
I speak Spanish.
Oh,
I
wow.
speak English.
Common.
I speak
Is what
Spanish.
is the-
so,
is
Is that an option? I don't think that's
Common is English.
So we
you
can
see
add
that?
our,
I
our
speak
conversations from
Every
you guys?
every race starts off knowing common.
Let's add,
So
we could
you
put,
already
like,
have
a
it
new
in your
I'm
repertoire.
gonna make a custom
Wait, how do you check
background.
proficiency bonus?
It's always plus 2 at level 1.
Okay.
What's the gaming set?
Gaming set is like
set?
dice, cards, chess,
Dice, I guess.
dice. Oh.
What's tools?
Something you're good with: alchemy,
Okay.
carpenters, calligraphy.
Is there anything in specific that are really good with?
You're good with thieves' tools, so lockpicks and stuff like that.
Passive
Oh, yeah,
perception
what's that?
is
Oh,
You
your,
lied to
forgery
me.
kit?
your wisdom,
Forgery
right?
might be good for you.
Plus what?
I speak
You know,
English.
since you're like an assassin. Forgery is
It's
like
a wisdom score,
signing.
right?
I know forgery
Yeah.
is just like forging, like
Documents and stuff like that.
Okay, but where's the?
Thieves' tools, you just get that for being a rogue. You just
okay,
get it
so I'm
automatically.
gonna put forgery or disguise.
Or disguise, up to you. But you might be able to disguise yourself with magic at some point. So
Oh yeah, I can go stealth.
yeah, you can go stealth, and then later on you'll be able to like turn into other people, kind of like Nico.
Nico Bellic.
But not, you won't get
Yo,
their
the guy who
abilities.
beat
You'll
you.
just like get how they look.
Alright, so
You can
forgery
turn
it is.
All right, forgery.
That won't be
Oh,
evil.
I did it.
And the background you
Yo,
chose?
that's crazy.
Are we allowed
Criminal.
to eat on set?
Fine.
No.
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 We're not?
We don't need the.
It says deception and stealth is
We
proficient.
don't need the.
Or
Put
is
in my
that-
Rice
or is
Krispies
that-
down.
The what?
Deception and stealth.
So that's bonuses you get.
I'll save my
So-
Rice Krispies.
So yeah, if you get that, you don't need to choose stealth as the proficiencies you get for rogue. You can pick other ones, but then you can pick it as an expert. So you would be an expert in stealth and get extra bonuses to it.
Look at that.
Light crossbow.
Look at these
You
stats.
want to be an expert in stealth since you
how
want to be
good is
sneaky.
it? I did it.
Stealth, if well, I mean
Filled it out.
it's stealth. Like they won't be able to see you.
Looking cute.
Like you'll be
For
invisible.
real.
Not
Okay,
invisible.
but can some people see you? Like some people have like a stronger like. sense
Some
of
people
perception.
like yeah. Some people might have stronger perception, but the higher your stealth,
So you start
the
always
harder
with
it'll be
common,
for them
right?
to see you.
Okay.
Huh?
You start always with common
So at level
Yeah.
1, I can be like
and celestial.
crazy
A
stuff.
+7 to stealth.
So
Oh,
what do you
yeah.
mean?
Well, I'm already
Fine.
+7.
So I'm sorry. So +9 to stealth.
+9?
Yeah. So every time you roll stealth, it'll be straight
So
+9 to it.
+4 here instead?
It would be for stealth. If you want to be an expert in it,
Yo,
it would
bruh.
be +5, +2, so
Manny.
+9
Yeah.
for stealth, and then you would
What
bubble it in.
language
If you were
will be
proficient
useful
and an
to
expert
know?
for it.
Common
Yeah, I don't know
and
this,
either
two looks.
draconic,
You
elvish,
and then you
dwarvish,
pick another skill, so you could
or
be
as
an
you said,
expert
celestial
in
also.
Elvish? You said?
it's
Elvish
one,
good.
or you
Oh,
could be an
you know.
expert
Do you have
in
elvish?
um
We should probably have a
like
variety
your,
of languages. I
your
don't think anyone has
lockpicks and
draconic.
stuff. You can be an
What's
expert in
draconic?
that,
Just
or you could be an
draconic. So
expert
look at
in like
draconic.
Oh,
deception,
draconic?
so
Yeah.
lying.
Okay, I'll do. Is it
sleight of
We want to have a
hand,
variety of languages, honestly.
So if you want to
because
be
it'll make
like
the campaign better.
I want to make
pickpockets,
a
stuff like that,
What
you
is
can be an
my
expert
name?
in
Like
that as well.
the name of what I
I
want.
can be an
or-
expert in
Oh,
that
see?
too.
Yeah, you can be an expert
like,
in two
if you're,
things.
like, custom
But I
background.
can just do it off
Oh,
rip.
that's the name of the background.
Yeah, you can just do it off
And
rip,
that's how
but you would only get the
proficiency is better. So
+7
look for
instead of the
backgrounds. You wanna
+9.
look for backgrounds and choose backgrounds.
I can make my own.
So you can only be an
Can you
expert
make
in
your
two
background?
things, and with those two things, you're
Yeah,
+9.
That's homebrew mostly.
Dungeon
What
Master.
happened?
Can I make my own background?
Sure, custom background, why not?
Epic.
But yeah, so then you would have the two things you're really good at and expert at. You would get the +9 to, and anything else dexterity based would just be the regular +7.
So
Okay, so I have something else +9 right now.
Yeah, but it has to be
Out of sleight of hand or
Sleight of
what you
hand.
told me.
yeah. So it could be anything that you're proficient with, which was sleight of hand deception, and then you get a couple more you can choose from, or you could pick your thieves tools.
wait,
So
I'm
your
gonna be a
your
battlefield. I should have proficiency
so
in
when you're
science.
picking locks, you can add +9 to it.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah, 'cause
picking
it gives me the option
locks,
of artisan tools,
disarming
but it doesn't say
traps.
So I can get deception even though my charisma's not high. I can get a +9.
You wouldn't get a +9 if it was a 14. What's the modifier for a 4? Actually, I have it
14
right
is
here.
2, yeah?
Oh, it
Plus
only
two.
be it would only
Yeah,
be
plus
plus
two.
2.
Because
+4.
yeah, so
Oh,
plus
whatever that
2,
is.
and then it'll be the +2 and then plus
It's
2
a +1
again.
for every 2 above 10. And is 9 a -1 already? No, right? 9 is like...
No, that's 0.
Yeah. But 8 is -1.
Yes.
That's crazy. Brandon,
What's up?
for these wizard skills.
Wizard skills. So these are things your character is really knowledgeable with. So Arcana is like knowledge of magic. History is kind
Wait,
of
yo, what's,
self-explanatory, like being able to like recall history about a
Which
place.
one do I take here?
Like oh, religion is like knowledge about like
Like,
gods and devils and
see?
stuff like that. So
Maybe
it'll be
we
like
should
oh, you see a statue of someone,
For
and
custom
I'd say
backgrounds?
roll history. And you'd be like, I rolled high.
We're
I rolled
just
like
not-
15.
you just-
And like,
okay.
you recognize this through your
So,
training as
Proficiency in language
blank.
is...
You know,
And insight?
Wait, what?
insight
Why is
is a
this-
wisdom skill, so it
Oh, here you go.
determines how easily you're
So,
able to like
just-
see
it
how
depends, right?
people
If
are
you
like
want
lying to
2
you,
more languages,
stuff like that.
right?
Perception
You
is
get 2
how
more
well
languages
you can
depending on
notice
background.
things.
If you want tools,
But he already.
so
Are you getting
you might
proficiency
come into
with
tools. Like,
perception?
if you
I
want
have
high tools, if you want to
proficiency
specifically work on like
in
alchemy, you can be proficient in alchemist tools.
Acrobatics,
so you can create potions.
performance, persuasion, sleight
So
of
it's up
hand,
to
and
you. You
stuff.
know, 2 skills
Okay.
in these tools.
Okay, so I
2
think
skills
I'm
in
gonna go
into
Arcana
languages.
and
2 skills, 1 tool, and 1
Okay,
language.
Arcana and
It's up
insight.
to you.
Wonderful.
And then
And
you look
where do I
at
put
background feature.
So they're little. They should be little dots.
and
So
that's
circle the
just kind
dots,
of what
and then
you're
since
gonna
you're
be,
proficient in them,
whatever.
you see
And
how there's the
background
little number
characteristics
under your
is-
intelligence. It should be +5, and then
Huh?
you see where it says proficiency bonus right next to your strength
score.
score.
But
Look at your
the
strength.
feature and characteristics are the same.
Right next to it,
And I don't know
proficiency
why.
bonus. Put +2 there. So now, whenever you roll a skill that you're proficient
like
with,
pick a
which means
normal
it's bubbled in,
It's gonna get +2.
+2. So that Arcana, how it's +5, becomes +2, so +7 in the Arcana bubble.
Because of the
Proficiency bonus.
Does
Okay,
he have- does
here
he have
where
a
it says
20?
like wisdom, I take that bonus.
Yeah. So 11 is a
Plus 0.
+0. So 9 should be -1.
No, because
8 and 9
8
would
and
be
9 are
-1.
are they?
10, 11, 0. 12, 13, 1.
Oh, because that's how that
14,
works.
15. So if you were doing insight, since you only have an 11, you would just get a +2 to it.
For insight +2.
Yeah. Because you have no bonus because your wisdom is only 11.
Okay.
So instead of just rolling and it would just be whatever you roll on the die, you would roll and have the +2 to it.
And then for Arcana it would be
+7.
+7 because of the 2.
Yes, because you bubbled it in, you're proficient. So
What is for the lifestyle?
lifestyle,
What's
so
1 SP,
so
2 SP, GP.
so you don't have to really worry about that stuff because that's like stuff like your character does. Right now we're just like doing the creation process, so all the mechanics, so like class, race, stuff like that. We can get into. You're done with that? Cool. So now I believe the last part is figuring out your equipment. So if you
where's
go
that at? Oh, right here.
equipment, so you choose from equipment. We're not doing starting gold. So you can start with a
still
rapier,
get my gold
which is
from
like
my
a
background?
one-handed weapon,
I know where.
or a short sword. So short sword is like, you know, short sword
Dread
is.
it.
Short sword. That's like a dagger, right?
It's like a big dagger, but you won't be able to throw it, but you get 2 daggers anyways. So if you want to do something close, like if they get in close, you can stab with the short sword. But if they're far, you can throw the daggers.
Okay. So I start with 2 daggers. And,
Yeah.
And the short sword.
Yeah, you start with leather armor, 2 daggers, and thieves' tools.
All right, I'm gonna choose.
Short sword. So now you have 2 short swords. So when they're close,
Proficient with a short sword and
Yeah.
a short bow.
yeah. So now when they're close, instead of dual wielding daggers, you can dual wield the short swords, which do more damage than the daggers,
Alright.
but you can't throw them. Then you choose burglars, dungeons, or explorers. So burglar, all right. And then you get your leather armor, leather armor, and then crowbar from your criminal set. So if you wanna, yeah. So if you wanna like break into some shit, censor that. And then you add your equipment. And besides that, once we figure out what, actually I think there's one thing we missed. Class. Oh yeah, your proficiencies.
Oh.
So we know you were an expert in stealth, right? And what was the other one? You haven't decided yet, right?
No.
So now we're gonna give you a couple more skills to choose from. So you get 4 skills from this list. Acrobatics is like nimble, so like trying to like do flips and stuff. Athletics would be based off your strength. You wouldn't really want that. Deception, you already have it. Insight is how like easy you are at reading at people, like seeing if they're lying. But your highest stats are intelligence and dexterity. So if you wanted to focus on that,
I have a 10. Actually. For what?
the
HP?
skills
Yeah.
related to that would be investigation.
How do you
So it'd be like how easy you
It's
can like
plus
see
8
traps
plus
and
your
stuff like
con.
that. Like look for traps.
Oh,
Level 1.
plus like.
So that's
What's
an
initiative
intelligence
level?
skill.
How do you calculate that?
It's just your dexterity
See
bonus.
whatever your dexterity bonus is.
Deception.
Plus-
It's
Is
how-
that working like stealing stuff?
Like if you're trying to tell them, oh no, I'm just like transporting these goods. I'm not
Yeah,
taking
like
them.
conning
That's
them.
conning them. That's
Constitution
deception.
is 114.
All right.
I already have that with criminals / spy though, right?
Oh,
Does that mean
yeah.
I become like,
No.
My constitution is
That
14,
just
right? So
means
that's
that
like-
you
that's
can
plus
pick a
2.
different one from
so
criminal.
I
Justice.
shouldn't choose that.
Plus
Yeah,
1.
you don't need to choose that.
I think
You don't have to write the
it
plus
gives you
ones,
them out.
though.
Yeah, it gives you that automatically, so you don't
Yeah,
need
so-
deception.
okay.
Yeah,
so
no,
I
I just did it
choose-
just like.
Yeah.
Investigation,
That's what I increased.
and
so I
then-
don't forget.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Sleight of hand for sure.
sleight of hand for like being able to be like, oh, excuse me, bump,
Yeah.
and then you have their wallet now, or their gold purse.
How do I edit it once I completed it?
Persuasion for
I'm trying to be like
Like, I wanna
devious,
edit.
Yeah.
learn them, like,
get them devious licks in.
What's this part? Where
Gaming
they-
so that like things you're good at, like
Grinding.
playing cards, doing dice, just like things like if you're in a bar, you'd be like, oh yeah, I'm really good at cards, or I'm really good at dice.
How do I edit it?
oh, the actual.
You'd have to edit it on the website,
I
not
thought
on
you
the
said.
app.
I thought he's wrong with this.
Okay, and I put for
Deception and
stuff, what
stealth?
do I do with that?
So that automatically gives it to you. So
Do I fill it out?
you put in the bubbles. So your charisma bonus is you have 14, right? Your charisma.
Yeah, 14.
So 10, 11 is 0, 12, 13 is 1, 14. So put a +2 in the bubble underneath charisma. And then what was the deception? So put a +4 next to deception. And stealth as well, right? So dexterity is what? 10, so +2 to stealth. Mm-hmm. So are you a criminal as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all
We
all
met
ride
the-
together.
We met the criminal underworld.
Yeah, that's
Man, on
cool.
the black market, I was selling her.
Whoa, it's weird because he's a high elf. How do you get there? Anyways, yeah. So I think you get one more rogue skill you can choose from if you want to do
Performance.
like dancing, singing, acrobatics would again be like Assassin's Creed stuff.
Like getting away.
Like
Well, I
being
can't
able,
use it to get away.
yeah, you can, like being able to like jump off a roof, do a double backflip, land. You know.
What does intimidation do? Like, where would that like? I know what it is to intimidate somebody. But like,
Get out of my way now. Roll
can I
intimidation.
intimidate you guys?
You can't roll against other player unless both players consent to it. So if he's like, I want to try and intimidate him, and he's like, okay, I'll let you roll for it. you know, that works. But most of the time, your character has to try and convince him or his character to actually be like afraid.
Dude, come
Alright,
on.
would you say
Come on,
insight or
let me-
acrobatics?
No.
Let me, bro.
For
come on.
you?
Okay.
Insight, what's your wisdom? I'd say acrobatics just because you would get a +7 to it instead of
I need to circle all
I
of
got
these.
you.
all the ones that you're proficient with.
Alright,
So
what's
sleight of
acrobatics?
hand, investigation,
hits.
persuasion, and acrobatics,
And deception,
I hit
right?
you.
What's deception?
and
Yeah.
deception.
How much?
So what's the last one? Persuasion. Alright, what do I do on them?
So acrobatics is dex. So your other so first we gotta figure out what your other expertise is. For you can pick to be an expert
What
in
does
any of these
lifestyle do?
bubbles,
I
and
feel like all these things
if
make
you
your lifestyle.
choose to do,
That's
or
a
you can
what?
be an expert in
Like
your
lifestyle.
lockpicks
I
and
have
thieves'
no idea.
tools and stuff.
That's just what is this called?
What else do I have in my
Yeah, it's
defense?
just adding to your character.
I
I
just
just
You're- so it's basically lockpicks, things that let you disarm traps.
Like, dude, like stuff you see in movies, like Home Alone, like that little kid that
Like,
they would
if
pull
it-
up to the house with.
Like if you ever seen Indiana Jones, you know how like he gets to a pressure plate and is like
Yeah,
a detective, and then he disarms it.
Yeah.
That would be you.
That'd be you. You'd be in
But
Dungeons
you would get a +9 to do it.
Top 16
Yeah, but that's
on your
not cool. I
phone.
want to be the one like making.
Phone's dead.
I wanna be
What?
the one making those.
Making traps. That would be. I mean, you could make traps, but that would probably be. You wouldn't have to roll. You would have to roll, but it would be more like an intelligence roll, not a
Yo, get that guy to do. He's smart.
like figure out like a way you could trap them. So if you wanna thieves tools
How
is like
often do you use your thieves tools?
however often you wanna like break into something, check for traps, disarm traps. Like thieves
What
tools
do
are
you
kind of
use deception
important.
for in this game? Just to
Lie.
To lie to people?
Yeah.
Can I get in a powerful place by lying?
Go, try lying to me right now. Roll. Roll.
Roll.
Did-
That's how you do it. Roll.
That's how you do
You
it.
want me to?
Roll. Roll.
Lie to me.
That's
This
the
is how you're gonna
wrong.
lie.
Wrong
This is
one?
your first line.
Yeah,
This
when
is your
except
first
the
line.
only times that you do that you can force a roll is if a player says, "I want to check insight on you," to see if you're lying. And then if you are lying, you have to roll deception.
Deception, I get +9 if I'm.
Not +9 because your charisma's a plus.
Oh, it's charisma?
Yeah, because deception's a charisma skill, so you would get a
You get a
plus
lot.
Two.
Do the
plus
fortress
two,
matters?
then
Wait,
plus-
what is it? What is
14. So plus
Plus
2,
two.
then plus 2,
Two, so
then
it's
plus
4.
2, so plus
Wait,
6.
is the
Then-
expertise?
If he's an expert in it, he would have a plus 6
Yeah,
to
you
it.
have a +6 on every roll. So basically, if he rolls a 10 and you roll a 10 or a 9, you always beat him. If he rolls a 10 and you roll a 5,
But I won't.
you beat him.
I rolled a 14.
So
Go,
roll it.
Roll now.
He
if
rolled
you got
it.
a +6, you win.
And I got a +2. So that's 16
wait.
and 16.
What happens if you balance out? Roll again?
Yeah, I'd say roll again.
Yeah, just roll again.
19. I won.
11.
That's
Yeah.
21.
So he would be able to tell that you were lying.
Why you lying to me, huh?
Nah, I think I'm gonna go with sleight of hand.
Nah,
Sleight of hand. So then if
The
you're
thing
trying to
is-
steal something from him,
I don't need a.
You-
He doesn't need to ask me if I can steal from him, right? I can just
no,
steal
you could just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna try and like take
But
gold from
if
his
you
bag."
roll lower, though, he can notice.
Like if you roll low, he'll be able to notice you.
If
The
you
thing
are
is,
my
deception-
I
passive
get +9
perception.
Listen,
Then you would get a
Osvaldo,
+9
I'm
too.
not gonna lie, deception is really useful.
It is, but
really
sleight of
useful.
hand is really good if you want to stay quiet. Like if you want to like as you're passing by, put poison in someone's drink.
I'm
something like that?
I'm gonna put in sleight of hand.
All right, so you get a +9 to sleight of hand.
And I
That's
can gamble
nine.
in this, right?
Yeah, so you could be like, I switch out a regular die with a weighted die.
Yeah.
Set, and I'll be like, all right, sleight of hand, and then if you roll high enough, the people won't notice.
But then could they? Nah, deception's not part of that, right?
No,
It would just,
deception would be like, if they're like, did you switch out the die? And just be like, no, I never would switch out the die.
I would never do such a
okay,
thing.
so yeah, so if someone
Why would
accuses
you
me,
tell
it would be
that?
deception after that, right?
Yeah, if someone accuses you, but if you roll high enough in sleight of hand,
won't accuse
they
you.
won't accuse you because they just think they're unlucky.
Oh.
My phone's
It's your
dead.
email.
Okay, what do I do now?
Now, so you have your.
There's really no
let's
background
check
for
your
blacksmith?
abilities here.
That's crazy. There's no background for blacksmith.
Damn.
Class. Oh, next. Oh. Wizard, you picked your proficiencies. Description, you picked all that. Oh yeah, now your equipment.
I don't did the description.
You didn't do that's your background.
I just picked that.
Oh yeah, but we don't have to worry about all that other stuff.
Okay.
That
Oh.
other stuff is extra. The characteristics and stuff like that.
Starting gold? No starting gold.
No starting gold.
What about background gold?
Background gold is fine.
Okay, what do I do?
So
yeah,
now,
background gold.
so now you choose equipment. So, where it says equipment, just click it. So that's basically what you're gonna start off with. So a quarterstaff is like a staff that you can like bonk with, or a dagger's, chink chink. So when you're casting spells, you're not gonna be able to cast spells and use a weapon at the same time. You need both of your hands to cast the spell.
Yeah.
You need one hand for what's called materials, so what you're gonna be casting the spell with, and then the other hand to do hand motions for the spell.
Yeah.
So a component pouch is like a pouch of like all the stuff you need to cast a spell with, so that'll take up one hand. Or you could do a focus, which is like a staff, an orb, it's basically whatever you want your character to use to cast a spell. Do you want a staff? Do you want a crystal? Or do you want it to be like a pouch and then they pull out, whatever is needed to cast the spell?
And is it like infinite? Like I could.
Yeah, you can. Only spells that are like it costs 25 gold of
You
this.
give me arcane trickster, right?
Specify.
Yeah, but everything else, if it doesn't,
spells,
Be like a
right?
dagger?
You could just start doing some Naruto hand signs.
but you
Right.
wouldn't be able to use the
Yeah.
dagger to attack, so it could be like a broken
And
dagger.
it's like a jutsu.
Oh. Okay.
But I don't have arcane
Could
trickster.
I do like a
It's a third
full
level.
counter with it?
Yeah, there's a spell called shield. So basically, if someone like tries to attack you, you can just be like, and nothing happens. Like,
Okay.
but the dagger would be less of something you can attack with, and more like it feels like yeah, something like a wand.
Okay, but it would be the same thing as the pouch, just not a pouch.
Yeah, same thing. Basically the same thing as pouch, just not a pouch. It's just however cool you want it to look.
Okay.
So you can just put wand, but we'll call it a dagger. We'll change it to say dagger in the actual sheet, and then everything.
Knowledge back or explorers?
Basically, explorers if you move around a lot, or scholar if you're like you focus a lot more on like the studying and stuff like that. Since you're a criminal,
Yeah, I should be.
I move around with a lot.
imagine. So you're probably like a mastermind, like the guy who like figures out like the plan and stuff, and then yeah, you're like the Heisenberg, and he's like the guy who like goes and does the job.
He gets his hands dirty for me.
Yeah.
No, son.
And then
I
you
got
probably got driven out of your town because some other boss was like, hey, we need to. This guy's pushing into our territory, and then
Like that.
and then you were like, you know what, it's not even worth it. There you go. Now
What
now
a
you
nice guy.
now
Now
you
you have lore.
Now you have lore. Now you have a backstory. Add starting equipment. Boom. Now, that's you two taking care of. Brandon, I know you got yourself sorted out. Manny,
I mean, yeah, I have it in very inhuman. I'm an artificer. I have my stats. I have my items. I have everything. I'm looking for background though now, because there's no background for Smith, and all the other ones are kind of dookie.
you can do custom background.
Huh?
Custom background.
Yeah, but like, what does that entail?
You choose what you get. So two skills, a choice in a language, or it can be like three tools, stuff like that. Or folk hero, I believe, is one that might fit well.
Not sure.
It gives you proficiency with like, no. Just do a custom background and pick something that would match with it. So athletics, since you're a blacksmith, since you need to be kind of strong.
But is athletics?
That's
do I
a
have to-
strength.
Do I have to make any check with athletics?
Do
You
I
don't
fit in
have
these
to.
saving throws and all that stuff?
The save, if you'd like. Yes.
Class isn't finished, it says.
Wait, what's the difference
It's not.
between
Oh,
athletics
because you
and
didn't put in
acrobatics?
the abilities. So we go
Difference between
to
athletics and acrobatics. I
manual
forgot, actually.
slash rolled. So then you would
Acrobatics
just
and athletics. Athletics
input.
is just strength.
Yeah.
Acrobatics is
Uh,
dexterity, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, but what it would be
Acrobatics is if
before.
you
So
can
not
do
the
a
20, but
Yeah, it's
so
movement.
so
Athletics
for your
is more like
dexterity and
strength.
for your intelligence,
have
put the
that one
18
for-
and the
lifting
16
something.
because it
I'll pick
automatically adds it up
athletics.
Like if
there.
you're getting grappled, you gotta make an athletic strength.
Strength
And-
is
But
10.
if you have
Gonna
to
like
jump somewhere,
US,
but if you
then
have to
the
jump
strength
somewhere
is
and
10,
climb something,
con
you
is
have to make
12.
an acrobatics.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I think I'm gonna go.
How do I have negative strength?
Because you have a 9. So
And
while you
that is
maybe
average.
you're like the archetype of super smart but not that strong, and you are also like 3 foot. So
Nice.
Just imagine a guy that's 3 foot with a 20 strength. This man's bald. Dude.
excuse me, your kneecaps are gone.
Huh.
He doesn't have any weapons. He just bites at your kneecaps.
How do I know
He's a
what
beast
my
barbarian.
hit dice is?
Your hit dice is on your class, so it should be a d6. So at level 1, your HP is whatever your hit dice is plus your Constitution modifier. So yours would be an 8 plus your Constitution modifier is 1. So your starting hit points max would be 9. So your current hit points would start at 9. Yeah.
How about me?
Yours would be 6 plus your Constitution
So
modifier.
custom
6,
skills.
Constitution plus 4.
So 10.
Skills.
Dang, the wizard has more HP than the rogue.
Huh?
The wizard has more HP than the
What's-
rogue.
yeah.
He has 10. He has 9.
Why? Oh, he has a +3.
Yeah,
Plus four.
he has a higher con,
My
but
armor classes are just right.
What's your constitution?
no, because that's without your armor equipped. So if you go to your
what's
inventory
your
and equip your armor,
Constitution, 18.
that's
Damn.
16. So enemies need to roll 16 or higher to hit you.
Or what I put
Wait,
initiative.
what are the
Initiative
other
is
values?
plus 5, because it's just your dex modifier.
I didn't have a 10.
And my armor
Speed
class
is 30.
Yeah,
is
that's
10.
But then he's a wizard.
Yeah, you don't wear armor.
Do I have
Wizards,
to fill out these other pages?
no. Because on D&D Beyond, because there usually you would have to write out like everything. The last thing we need to do is like pick your spells and stuff, but we can do that outside of here, because that would take some time for us to go through every spell.
What is
And
this passive?
passive
wisdom?
perception is basically like without you rolling to see what you notice. So if you're like, if his passive was higher than whatever he rolled,
He would notice something.
he
I
would
would
notice
notice
something
it.
he did.
So-
But if he's on the lookout, then he would have to
How do I
notice.
know what this is?
It's just
10.
what you're, yeah.
If I say I'm looking out for something and you're trying to do something, I get to roll perception instead of using my passive perception. But if I roll lower than my passive perception, I use my passive perception, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Where are my other senses?
So my character knows
You just, those other sentences don't really come into play. That's why that's really the only one on the sheet.
With your battlesmith, what you could do is
Inspiration.
We leave that
Yeah,
blank.
proficiency
Inspiration is
is
something I hand out to
I have
basically
that.
like reward you
You
if
already
you do
did?
something
Oh,
cool.
What's hit points?
So I might get something
HP.
else.
Or
Alchemist.
Tinker's Tool is also good.
I have them as
Yeah,
well.
9 is
I
your
got
HP
them
right
as
now.
well.
I got this guy's kid. Tinker's
No,
Tool.
temporary is
So I
like
have these
you know how
thinkers
when you
and
get a shield
That
that
should be
fades
cool.
over time.
And I get, and
It
I
won't
get these
fade over
tools
time, but
in my stuff.
let's say someone gives
And
you temp
Dungeons-
HP
Dungeoneers pack.
until it like
Oh,
gets
like-
damaged.
Like a Lulu.
Kind of, yeah.
Lulu spoon. Alright.
But you just
Am I
leave
done
that.
with everything here? No, saving throws.
Saving throws, you can just fill that in. Again, when we
Literally, you want to see
get
my
these
combo?
on D&D Beyond, we'll just print them out
So,
and
you wanna see my combo?
I should get investigation,
rolled for
right?
initiative.
Proficiency investigation.
yeah. So
Yeah.
whenever if you click a button on there, it'll roll it for you if you don't want
And
to
then,
roll like
I
on
get
the
two skills, so
table.
proficiency
But it's always better to
and-
roll on the table because you can feel.
Yeah,
Brandon,
I'm
you
not
ready?
gonna count this.
No, it's
I'm
fine.
gonna roll on the
You
table.
ready what I do? Alright.
Brandon, how do I
What
get
is that?
expertise on something?
I got the same one.
Only certain
Wait,
classes
what do
get
you roll?
So I
expertise.
I click
Is
here,
there
roll
like
the
any way to
7,
get expertise other
and
than
I'll
that?
just
feet.
roll
What are
like,
you rolling? What are you rolling for?
Skill
roll it
expert.
to get a better one.
Or skill.
And then I roll, it's a 7 again.
Brandon, look.
It's meant to be, bro.
He's just rolling for fun.
X. I attack. 11. Boom. Let's see that
Initiative.
hits.
Initiative determines who goes first in combat because
Oh, I
it's
just got
turn-based.
it. I just had a 5 there.
Yeah, no, you have a +5. So whenever we like, all right, it's time to fight, I'll be like, roll initiative. Whatever you roll, you add +5 in.
Oh, wait, I just rolled mine.
Well, we're not fighting.
7.
You have a +7. Oh no, you don't roll it. You see?
Oh,
He has 0.
I clicked and it rolled for me.
No, that's it rolls for. So like when I say roll initiative, if you click it, it'll do the initiative roll for you.
Oh, okay.
So what's your initiative? It says there
Yeah.
+0. So whenever we fight, you just roll the die. So it's up to straight chance.
Okay, and my walking is 25. I put that
25. Yeah, for speed.
I hit, that's 3
That's
on
it?
my next
I'm done?
action.
Well, I need to find out these. How do I find these out?
Attack.
You see how it says Dex?
Yeah.
So
Dex.
it'll match your Dex
Because of the
bonus. So
attack.
+5.
Unarmed
Deception is your
strike bonus
charisma
action.
bonus. So +2.
No, wait, that's a
Investigation
D4.
is your intelligence.
D4
+3.
plus the
Persuasion is
extra.
your charisma +2.
What happens when you get like
What do
3
you mean?
death saves?
Right.
You get like a
You die.
Get out of jail.
Oh.
You're accusing me?
Death
Plus,
saves.
Guys,
So
plus dexterity,
when
so this is
so when
plus
you hit 0 HP, you do not die. You are knocked unconscious. At the beginning of your turn,
So
while you're
Wait,
I'm sorry, at the end of your
yeah.
turn while you're unconscious,
yeah.
you have to make what's called death saves. Fail
Yeah,
3
but
times, your
what
character
good- what
dies.
good is
Succeed
doing
3
later?
times, your character
I'm gonna do
stabilizes,
it
but
later,
is
'cause
still
I wanna
unconscious.
get a combo like that, but
So-
I need saucy damage.
Just
I need to be saucy
also, if
damage.
anyone attacks you while you're unconscious, you lose 2 death saves. So if you're on the ground and
You get a death save, like, roll above.
you roll 10 or lower, it's a fail. 11 or higher, it's a
I
success.
have no idea. Yeah, me neither.
You have to
A
die
1
like
is
twice
2.
in a row.
A 1 is 2 failures, and a 20 is you automatically come up with 2 hit point or 1 hit point.
Brandon, you ready? This is gonna be my second turn when I attack.
Yeah, why do you?
I just got a 20.
There you go. See, now if you were making death saves and you got a 20, you just come back up. You come up with 1 hit point.
Okay, and
We don't have a
experience points
healer.
and alignment.
We don't have a healer.
Alignment.
Brandon.
Alignment is basically the.
Wait, actually, aren't I? Like, I'm a support though.
Oh yeah,
artificer.
you can cast your wounds. That's
Yeah,
right.
I'm support artificer. But I was gonna ask if I get brewer supplies or alchemist supplies, can I make potions to help people?
It would. It
If I
would
get
take.
proficiency.
It would take time and gold to do so, to get the ingredients. Chris, do you have any questions, or do you have it all handled?
I
Wait,
have
what
no
would you
idea.
get?
I,
You have no idea?
I did
Alchemist
the
or brewers?
description and stuff.
What
Alright,
oh,
that's
brewers
cool.
Brewers
Did
is for
you
alcohol.
add your class?
Oh, so
Alchemist?
alchemist or potions?
I have it right here
So
too.
if there's two people
I,
working on something, I'll just get alchemist too.
Because I can get proficiency in alchemist.
I
too.
have stealth,
Like, I got
athletics,
you. We can make
alchemist
potions.
supplies.
Exactly,
We could-
I got
we could-
you.
And that's
Kinda
everything
like
you
the
got from your
Hebrews, but
class?
Yeah,
Alright, so good. You have it mostly done. I think, did you pick your starting equipment?
don't think so.
How do you pick starting equipment? Do
It's
you just
the-
get that naturally from your stuff?
What do I do for alignment?
Alignment is basically how your character acts.
So
So
like,
since
you-
you're a criminal, you might be lawful evil. Which basically means you, instead of, you being like off the walls crazy because you're crazy, you're like crazy, but you have like a code by it. You're smart about it. Like, instead of being like, I burned down the orphanage because I like burning down orphanages, like, I burned down the orphanage after all the kids get out because the people there were using it to like launder money and like abuse the kids. That's like lawful.
Vigilante.
Yeah, kind of like a vigilante.
I like that.
But you do it for your own gain sometimes. So it's not just you did it out of my own good heart. I did it because the people there owed me money and they didn't pay up.
Yeah. Also.
Wait, so you only get equipment from backgrounds if it's like,
No, not from
I needed that
well,
money,
some
yeah.
from backgrounds, but your class as well.
yeah.
So if you get to the
I need
starting
a lot of
equipment
money.
tab, which is the
I
5th
already, I
tab.
already have all my starting equipment ready.
So there you go.
And it's
Did you
just-
get your starting
two simple
equipment?
weapons actually.
No.
Oh, I didn't think
Gotta
that thing.
go to
I didn't think
equipment.
that thing.
Yeah, no.
was
Do I
like,
choose equipment or go?
Ah.
Yeah, equipment.
Oh, okay. So you also get to pick what languages you speak. If you did you pick languages and stuff like that?
I chose
Draconic?
Yeah, draconic.
That's language of dragons, so that's gonna come in useful.
Where do I find the languages?
So it should be if you go back to click the picture on the top right, the empty
Can I
silhouette.
dual
Yeah, but
Only
it's
with light weapons.
wield? Does it?
It's better. It
edit
sucks,
character.
it sucks.
Okay, so
Dueling
should I-
does not suck.
Cause I can
Up
get.
to a certain level, it does suck.
Where is it? Where does
He only gets one
My
attack a
bad.
turn.
My bad. Not up to a certain level, it's good. My bad.
Where does it say?
If
Where
you-
does it say? edit
The issue is I
character?
only get two simple tools.
Manage character and level.
yeah, manage
So
character
what
levels.
should I get?
Tools?
Yeah, weapons, two simple weapons.
Dual wielding for rogues is always great
That makes sense.
because you get the
I'm
bonus action
technically
attack.
dual wielding.
Your fists.
Yeah. I go. Fuck.
Right hook, left hook, bro. 1, 2.
Right stab, left hook.
It's all, dude. I'm gonna get the thing that gives me an extra 5 foot of reach.
No.
The 3rd level thing for
Why?
elements.
Can I cast a spell that makes me into like a giant? Giant.
Yes, actually, that's called enlarge. Enlarge/reduce.
Gentle.
So you double the size of whoever you cast it on.
Bro, he's not gonna be that
So
tall.
if you're like 3 foot, you would become 6 foot.
Let's go.
But then you could cast reduce. So if you were 3 foot, you would be 1.5 foot.
It only
If I
doubles.
dual wield light hammer.
It doubles and reduce halves.
I can reduce and add
But
like a
you
gnome.
do 2d4.
You could
Which
That's
I
all
think is
gnome.
1d8, right?
yeah, you could just pretend to be if you're like if you're like 6 foot, if your character's 6 foot, you could shrink down to 3 foot and like hide your pointy ears and be like, yeah, I'm an
You have a
old.
higher
How you doing?
chance than it.
Go
Oh,
to it should be race. Go to race because you might hit next.
Is it better to dual wield then?
Go down.
For now, yeah.
Is there a language option?
Yo, man,
Oh
Yeah.
no.
what would be better?
Actually, with booming
It should
blade, hold on,
be.
give me a second.
Whoa.
Since I'm casting something.
Just
for
go back,
power,
like hit the
how does
back
that
button.
work with dual wield?
Booming blade.
Okay, let me look at artifact.
He has booming blade.
No, I know. Booming blade is your action, and then your
So
bonus
go
action,
down
you
all
can
the way to the
utility.
bottom. Does it say
But
languages
don't you
or
need
no?
something to do
Then
with
go
it?
down to description, or like next yeah. Go to the next tab.
Description.
Brandon,
Does it give you
I'll let
an
him know.
option for language?
There we go.
No, then you'll only speak Gnomish in Common if it doesn't give you an option for language.
He didn't give you an option.
So he only speaks Gnomish in Common, which is all he needs to run his freaking former like mafia was all gnomes. It was all little like 3 foot people
All
like
tiny 3 foot.
yeah.
level.
Like stack up with each
yeah.
other.
I don't.
All
I got
3
two
gnomes in a
pencils
trench
and
coat.
Yo.
We have like Lego clothes, so we can like step on each other and like form into like a giant man.
His character at one point is just gonna be 3 gnomes in a trench coat.
Yo.
I promise
I
you.
make
Gravity
clothes of
Falls.
myself.
You know gravity falls?
Mirror image is a spell.
Dude.
You'll have
What
access to the
the
most
three
spells out of
notes
everyone in this
back
group.
His name was Norman.
Since you're what's called a full caster, he's a 3rd caster. You don't have spells.
I'm a 4th caster.
He's a 3rd caster.
No, he's a half caster.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're half casters, and you, depending on what subclass you go of monk, there's a lot of.
Subclass?
Yeah. So class is your main class. Then there's subclasses. One is like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You get a stand.
Oh no, not that.
That one sucks.
It does not suck. Astral Self is pretty good.
Sucks.
It's like you get a spectral like ghost basically that like stands behind you and goes boom boom boom
How
for
do
you.
I get a subclass?
You have to wait till level 3. You have to wait till level 3.
Oh, why would you tell me that now?
I'm just saying you wait till level 2. So
Oh, way of the mercy.
your subclass will basically determine what kind of spells you specialize in. So if you want to do like illusion magic you specialize in, you could pick that. If you want to do war magic is one of them. War magic is less like you focus on a school of magic. You focus more on like general magic that helps you fight.
Yeah. For like illusion magic, I like summon like.
Illusions?
Yeah, I can make like a whole entire like army behind me.
That would
of
be
gnomes. And then like just to go slay one guy and he's like, yo, I forfeit, bro. You got too many gnomes.
later on, yes.
What are
But
your cantrips? Or does he not know yet?
we're gonna pick spells later.
Dude, you should get minor illusion.
No, he is gonna get minor
You're
illusion.
gonna cast minor illusion, and basically you're just gonna put another gnome on top of you.
And I just keep casting it.
You
Like,
keep casting it, yeah.
And then on the
We're just like
illusion,
this
the
and it's
gnome
like
is gonna
that.
be in a trench coat.
That's good.
That's a good one.
You're gonna be Norman from Gravity Falls.
Yeah.
So the party currently consists of Lee Sin, Shaco the Clown, I'm sorry,
AC Avenue.
AC Abdenor,
Barrel.
Beryl the gnome wizard,
Bobby.
Bobby the martial artist, and Mr. Manny.
Manny.
Yeah?
What's your character's name?
I haven't gotten to that part.
And I haven't gotten to that part, the artificer.
Would I'm choosing a pack. Is it Dungeoneers pack better or Explorers pack?
Does your character delve in dungeons a lot, or does he explore and roam the lands around?
He roams the land.
Then it would
I'm
be
guessing
explorers.
that would, yeah, Explorers.
All right, I think
Good.
we might be done, except Mr. Manny over there. You need some help with that, buddy. Is everything okay?
He's coping.
Names is so yo.
No.
The copium is strong with this one.
If, for example, if someone's trying to make an like
Oh.
brewing something for with alchemy, and they get the help of someone with the time you
Play
have.
a classical game of Roll.
I'd say I'd roll to see how much time was reduced off.
You ready?
Wait, which one?
Okay.
First round, you gotta
He
get
got
above 5.
alchemist, and
And I have alchemist, so if you work together.
So-
Planning on being 15. So I'm gonna be a
Above 7.
mediocre healer. In of itself. And
Yeah.
we're gonna create
Wow,
potions.
wow.
The tag team.
You
You know,
healers.
alchemist is a
Yeah, I know.
subclass.
But dude, I got some class at 3rd level.
5.
Yeah.
Like above.
Most of you do. The only one who he gets it at 2nd.
Alright. You gotta get
I'm on
above 7.
level 3.
Probably
some at first level.
probably it'll take around
6?
3 sessions.
Damn.
This is the
Alright,
first
this last one.
This is the quest board one.
Above 5.
So,
Alright. Above 7.
ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, we will be playing. Stop. The Dragon of Ice Spire Peak. This is the wonderful adventure
Hey, I know that.
provided by the Wizards of the Coast. Not provided by, we bought it. But we're going to be running this for this wonderful crew of whatever you guys are going to be.
I don't know yet, Artificer.
The I Don't Know Yet Artificer. This is going to be one heck of a show to watch. I think you should stay tuned to see what kind of
cantrip should I get?
what cantrips should you get. Find out next time what spells he got on episode 1 of Dungeons and Dunces.
The what spells should I get and I don't know yet, Artificer. Do we have an outro?
Do we have an outro?
No.
The outro is we love you, love each other.
We love each other.
Thank you for watching. See you next time.
What he said. Yeah.
Bye.
Rice Krispies.